Alright, YouTubers, welcome back. My name's Dave, like always, and you found do yourself, do it right. Well, got my Ford hat on again. It's it's gonna be happening a lot. So got the Ford behind me. I got a couple more parts in. Going to try and get the old windshield wipers to work properly. I also got a windshield wiper bag and a little rubber squishy thing to go underneath the dash, because when you try to get the the wiper juice to spray on the windshield, it doesn't spray. It's got a big hole in it. It's dry rotted. So that's what we're gonna do in today's video. We're gonna see if we can get the wipers to work. Unfortunately, I tried to order actual wipers themselves, but a lot of stuff for this car is on back order. I don't know if that means that there's a lot of people trying to fix them, or they just can't get the parts in yet. But the wipers are on back order. But I did get the bag and the little pumper and some tubing. So that's what we're gonna do today. So let's get at it. Alright, so first of all, I'm just going to show you the system, what we're working with. It's pretty basic. It's really not a lot involved. And I'm talking about the bag, for those of you that don't know. These old Fords had these little bags. They just kind of, just kind of pops on, hangs over here. You fill it up. And then these tubes, one tube runs down to the firewall down in there. And that goes to the little pumper thing that I was telling you about. And then this tube obviously runs up and into the hood up here. And this shoots the spray out on your windshield. It just doesn't do that right now. So what I figured out by looking around is that this little, oh boy, hopefully I can get some light. This little pumper guy, oh, why is my light not staying on? Now that I can shed some light on the situation, this little foot operated pump here, this just pushes back. You obviously push with your foot, pushes back, and what that does is there's this little rubber piece back up in here, this guy here, and on this one, this rubber piece is cracked. It's old, it's dry rotted. So I got a new one of those, and I got a new bag. This this should be fairly easy, but you never know. This bag, this top with these hoses, it just screws off. Pretty simple. And I'll show you the new ones over here. It's a replica, but it's it's much clearer, it's more crisp. It'll look better up underneath the hood. And here's the pump. And here's a piece of tubing that goes down inside of here. But the old one is okay, so I don't think I'm gonna really mess around with this. I might save this. Well, I'm not might save it. I will save it for if I need it at a later date. So let's get you set up so you can see all that good action. So first things last, let's see if I can get this rubber thing pulled off. I think it just pops on there. I mean, it kind of looks like that's all the new one does, is it just kind of pops on there. See if I can pull it off. Oh yeah, that's a nice mess. Wonderful. I'm glad I don't have a paper towel or anything. Oh boy, yeah. All right, so that's pretty. See, this is the new one. So this little edge is gonna have to go over that somehow. So I think I'm gonna get a knife and a paper towel or towels or something and wipe up that little mess and cut that off. And then I'm gonna just have to fight, I guess, to get that new one back on. But I want to get that cleaned up. I didn't realize that it was that disgusting in there. Oh boy, yeah, that was kind of gross. It was like popping a nasty pimple, and it just you know, all the guts come out. Was not good. If I can get that cleaned up a little bit. Alright, well, let's see if I can pull this off. I can move this out of the way. Just like I always say, whenever you think something's gonna be easy, it's always gonna be a pain in the butt. Pain in the buttocks. Metal housing? Does that housing come off? I'm a little bit stumped here. Don't know if that's supposed to turn. I think I'm just gonna get a pair of pliers and just start pulling. Well, that didn't yield any results other than scratching my finger on this zip tie that's down here. That whole thing moves. This whole thing moves. Things that make you go, I don't know if that turns. How does that mount? Let's take a look on the other side of this firewall. See if maybe that comes loose somehow. Alright, so after further inspection, if you look down, well, I can get the camera in there. If you look down in here, there is a nut right here. I'm trying to not block the light. There's a nut there. I'm gonna go ahead and spin that nut off, disconnect this rubber tube right here, and see if I can get that whole mechanism to go, you know, into the car underneath the dash, so then I can get the rubber off and put the new one on. I don't know. This, you know, it's first time. I don't know. So let's give it a shot. All right, so let's you know, got the right tool for the right job. See if I can. There's, you know, it's got probably 40 layers of paint on it. So, and there goes 10 of them. See if I can get that to turn. I'm quickly realizing that, you know, the jobs that I think are going to be easy on this thing are not easy at all. Alright, we got a 1-inch. And of course, you know, there's no room. This is kind of annoying. Well, this has only taken 5 years to spin off. But we have victory. Nice little star washers on there. I'm not sure if that's factory or not. Alright, then we can push it in. I just pushed it into the cabin area. So let's go in there and take a look, see what we have, bring our light with us. Whew. Yeah, not what I thought. Let's pull it in here. Yeah, look at that. Okay. So that, let's fish it down. Well, I don't know if that's gonna make it easier or not. I guess that's got flat spots. So I'm assuming that now this turns off, so I can get this metal part off, so I can get this rubber part off. And let's you know, keep going. Let's pull her apart some more. All right, so instead of working on my knees up underneath the dash, just went ahead and pulled off the two little hoses that went on these two nipples, so I could get to this a little bit better. You know, I figured I'm gonna have to clean it up a little bit to get that loose, And I got my vise right here. If I, you know, if I gotta really latch onto it, spin it off. I didn't anticipate having to take this apart so much, but you know, I guess might as well clean it up while I got it apart. Good old Alabama socket set. Oh yeah, good thing I got it out, because there's no way I would have got that off inside the aircraft. I was gonna say aircraft. Inside the car, that definitely would not have come off. Look at all this rust. You can see all that coming off. Yeah, she was a little corroded. Got that off, and well, let's see if, how does that? It's gotta go down in there somehow. Maybe, somehow, maybe. Yeah, that's got to come out of there. Let's go ahead and put her in the vise. There it goes. There she goes. She's popping out. So you got to drive that down out of there like so. And now I can pull the rubber off. And look at how nasty that thing is. I'm gonna go ahead and spend a little time cleaning this sucker up, and we'll put her all back together. I guess it's not good. Look at that in there. Ugh, gross. All right, so I'm just gonna put this back together in reverse order. Just slide that sucker in there like so. Hopefully it makes a good seal, because this guy is, you know, it's pretty, it's seen better days, to be quite honest with you. She's a little rusty, but, you know, it's only windshield wiper stuff. So, I'm going to go ahead and throw it back together, see if I can get it to work. It's pretty self-explanatory. There's a flat side here, and then a flat side on here. Can only really go back together one way. I'm holding it with my finger. So it's up. Turn it down. Oh, wait a minute. I forgot the little lock washer, so we'll thread it back off. Put our crazy little lock washer back on there, and then thread the nut back on. And that's pretty tight. So the rubber has been changed. Oh, makes a good seal too. Look at that. Nice. Alright, so it should suck and push. Push, suck, push, suck, push, suck. Alright, let's put it back in the car. Y'all just don't mind, you know, the wiring. You know, it's there for now. So this, just gonna go ahead and pop this back in here, and then go back in the engine compartment, the fun part, and thread that nut back on. But before I do that, I'm just gonna go ahead and put these vacuum tubes back on. At least I think that's what they are. Vacuum tubes. If you guys know what these tubes are, you know, let me know. I'm kind of wondering, because they just kind of go up into the dash, up in there, and then they disappear. I'm guessing there's some sort of vacuum line for when your windshield wipers are on, because these windshield wipers are ran by a vacuum. That's just my non-educated guess. All right, again, I'm gonna put this little special lock washer on. It would probably be nice if I had two people to do this, because it's gonna be hard to get that threaded without pushing that back into the, pushing it away like I just did. I think I'm gonna have to jam something up in there to hold that in place. Oh, that'll work. So I jammed a pair of pliers up in there between the emergency brake and the little pedal. these threads feel a little wonky. I don't want to cross thread it. All right, that's tight. So let's hook our hose back up. Actually, before I hook these hoses up, I'm gonna clean these hoses up a little bit. See if I can make them a little bit more black. They're kind of discolored. As you can see, they kind of got like this brown hue to them. So I'm gonna try to clean those up before I hook that back up. Just a little bit easier. I can just, you know, sit here and clean it up that way. All right, you guys have seen me use this stuff before. It's just spray away glass cleaner. Just kind of get some of the dirt and grime and stuff off from these hoses. Maybe make them look a little more black, a little bit more presentable. You know, they're not dry rotted, they're not hard. You know, I figured you know, they'll still last. Yeah, look at that. It's a little bit more black, I guess you'd say. You know, give her the old back and forth action. Why not? You know, I'm here. Might as well clean them. And maybe once we get them clean, I'll come back with a little bit of Armor All and really see if we can bring it back around. All right, so got the tubes cleaned up a little bit, sprayed away them, got some Armor All, rubbed them down. They're you know, a little bit blacker. They're, you know, it is what it is. They're, you know, it's old tubing, so it's not gonna look, you know, like a brand new black tube. So this guy here, pretty easy to switch out. To fill it, you just basically turn this thing. It's just kind of like a turn lock, and it pulls right off. See, that's the bag. It's pretty simple. I'm gonna throw this one over here. I save on all the parts that I take off this old girl, especially ones that'll still work like that. It's, you know, it's just not beautiful. It's not nice and red and shiny and good looking like this one. So, but I keep it in my my collection of stuff. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna replace this little silver thing, because this thing up here, you know, it's dull. It's, you know, not that great looking, and it just twists off. So why not? And I'm gonna have to take this rubber tube off. You can buy the brand new plastic here, and so this all looks you know, new, but I figured, you know, we'll just save that $5 for something else. Take this new one, put it up here. Obviously it screws on. I always say on, obviously, but you know, a lot of this stuff probably isn't obvious to some people, but to others, you know, it is. So I'm just screwing that up all the way to the top, and I'll put this guy on here, back on here, and take the new bag, dump it in there. And you know what? I do not have any windshield washer fluid, so that's always fun. I'm gonna go, I guess, put a little bit of water in this guy. Not a lot, because it's gonna get cold here soon, and I don't want it to freeze and bust my brand new bag. But I'm gonna put a little bit in there so I can test on the system to see if it works. All right, put some good old American hose water in here, and you know, you can tell that because I got water all over it and myself. The hose was on the wrong setting. So let's go ahead and throw this guy on. Let's see, make sure that when I twist it, locks into place. It looks where it's supposed to be. That'll work. Hoses are going to the back. Now before I go in there and hit it with my foot, try to pump it up, I want to make sure that this tube is you know, free and clear of any debris. And you know, because there was a bunch of rust water in the other thing, so I don't want to push any of that rust water up through. So let's I'm gonna pop this off here, maybe. Now that's the right one. Right. And let's see if I can yep, she's plugged. That's always awesome. That's plugged. So plan B. Let's jam my air compressor up in there and see if we can push any air all the way through this tube. All right, let's keep an eye on that sucker. Got my air compressor hooked up. Oh, something came out. Oh yeah, she was plugged. Look at all that junk come out of there. Oh, bubbling. There we go. Now we're cooking with propane and propane accessories. God. I think the one side that I need is plugged. Oh, yeah, something came out of there. Only a little bit coming out. Well, it's shooting that way. I can't tell if both sides are open yet. Maybe. I know it's spraying out the passenger side. I think it's still plugged on the driver's side. Alright, so after a lot of sucking and blowing, I think I dislodged whatever was in the driver's side. Finally. There we go, you can see it coming out of there. Now look at that. Yeah. I think both of them are opened up now. I can blow through the tube pretty easy. Yeah, look at that come out of there. Well, now it's plugged again. I think I'm just gonna have to work through a bunch of garbage that's in this tube. Alright, so I guess this is the moment of truth. See if we can get some fluid to come out. It's not looking good for the home team. Nothing coming out of there yet. Let's check this guy down here, see if it's got fluid in it. Well, that has fluid. Let's see if it's plugged up here. Yeah, this you would think that something so easy, just you know, a bunch of tubes and a little suction, wouldn't be so difficult. But you know, this old technology, it's a little cranky sometimes. So there's a lot of debris in that hose. As you can see, I've been sitting here with my air compressor hooked up to it, pushing water through it. The pump built pressure down inside, but you know, the tubing going all the way up through, it's got garbage in it like the old one did. So I have a feeling that I'm gonna have to be dealing with some plugs every once in a while and have to do that same thing. Take my air compressor, hook it up, blow through the lines to see if we can get this pump down here to work, and hopefully we'll have, oh, look at that, there she goes. See, look at that, see it? Look at that, it's blowing out the way it's supposed to. Out of both of them, actually. Look at that. So yeah, I have to say that that's a success. You know, this it's you know, she's a little finicky like the old girl is, but I'd have to say that that's a win. Replacing that rubber, getting a new bag up underneath the hood, and you know, let's give you guys a real good look at what that bag looks like underneath there. You know, it's nice and red, stands out. You know, let me get my light out of there. Look at that. That's you know, she's looking pretty good up underneath this hood. And a nice new bag, nice new valve covers. If you guys haven't seen the video on those, you know, check it out. Link to that video is around my head somewhere. I do have another sticker to go over here, but I'm gonna wait to put that on when I do the bracketry over here for the coil. I'm gonna take that off, you know, spray it down with some black spray paint, make it look a little better. But you know, underneath this hood, it's really starting to come around, starting to look, you know, a lot better than it did. I think this winter time I have talked myself into replacing the brake master cylinder, so that'll all come out. It'll get a new master cylinder. There's a lot of paint flaking all the way around the master cylinder. You can see it. You know, that's what happens when you get brake fluid all over paint. It makes it bubble and, you know, disappear, flakes off, looks terrible. So that will be a project. Brakes, you know, they're still not doing the braking thing the way they're supposed to. So, you know, new master cylinder. I'll go through, reseat, redo all the brake drums to make sure I got them the way they're supposed to be. Bleed the brakes again, because I still have to pump them a little bit to get it to, you know, really start to, you know, do the brake thing. So, but the emergency brake works. That's it's always a plus. But I think that's gonna do it for this video. You know, trying to get the old windshield wiper washer system to work the way it's supposed to. And I think that's gonna be an ongoing thing, especially until I can get all the debris out of the tubes. And but, you know, if I get caught out and get something on my windshield now, at least I can kind of wipe it off a little bit to where I can possibly see and not run into the back of somebody. So, you know, like you guys do at the end of all my videos, like, tag, share, follow, subscribe. If you want to see all the mechanical restoration videos that I've got going on with this car, you know, check them out on my channel. All winter long, this is all I'm doing. That's it. Just Ford stuff. I might throw in a motorcycle thing or two here and there, maybe, possibly. But the majority of everything is going to be this old car. You know, it's near and dear to my heart, to my family. So I'm doing my best to bring it back around. And oh, I forgot to mention, if you guys haven't checked out the video of me winning Best of Show a couple weekends ago, check that out also. You know, she there wasn't a lot of cars there, but she was best in show nevertheless. So like I said already, like, tag, share, follow, subscribe, hit that notification bell so when you know when my videos drop. And till next time, thanks a lot.